Voyager, and last I left off, I got the clear parts all in. I got the clear parts for the nacelles, I'm going to say tinted in clear blue and clear red, and I need to do a backing for it because you can actually see through it, which, you know, it lights up good, but you can see the hot spots when you put the LEDs in. So I'm just going to take basically a white piece of paper and back it so it looks pretty solid when the light hits it, and we'll be good to go on that. So anyway, we're doing just sub-assemblies, and I'm getting the lights, and I'll show how I put in lights. And it's nothing fancy. Everyone is different. And I'm doing basic lighting. I'm not doing strobes, and I personally don't like a starship that's lit up like a Christmas tree. I mean, super bright. I just think it looks good, but it's not really realistic to me. Just if you just can tone it down just a little bit, and my way of doing it, to me, it just looks a little more believable. I just take LEDs and 5-minute epoxy in certain places, and I don't put a whole lot of them in. I like to put just a few, just enough to light it where some of the windows, when they're lit, you know, they're brighter. Some of them are a little more faded, you know, because, you know, they probably got dimmers in the quarters, you know, while they're in there. And it just, to me, it just looks more believable. It's just ain't, you know, they ain't all solid lit up. I know probably the filming miniatures that way, but for a scale model, I think the effect is just a little more better when it's got just a little bit of lights in here. But anyway. Slowly getting the lights in, 5-minute epoxy. Again, you know, I just do certain areas, you know, where the light will hit it, and then when the light ricochets, you know, it'll be darker, lighter. Plus, when you get the, you know, the hole together, you got these lights in that'll, you know, do the lower hole too. But anyway, other than that, I'm just doing lights, trying to get the. I don't know if you can see it. Trying to get the hole together. Did get the lights in there as well, and I'm basically to the point where I need to back up the inside of the nacelles here with basically white paper, and then basically get everything glued together, and then I can start working on it because there'll be a seam in the back. And then the pylons, oh, where is it, not that one. The pylons here, then I'm going to start working on that because, you know, on Voyager they do move up and down, and I'll be able to do that. They do supply, and I haven't put it together in years, they do supply a kit version. I may, I can't remember how well that worked. If it doesn't, I'll probably get some tubing, metal tubing, and try to do it that way, see if it works out. It's been a long time since I've done a Voyager kit, so I remember what I did in the past. But anyway, that is where I am on Voyager. Monster truck. Again, I am slowly just painting. If you can see, I got the I won't call them fire extinguishers. I did get those painted in. Still working on the engine, just kind of, you know, dry brushing. Adding dark steel pigments, and you might not be able to see it. It's more if you can see it in the light. Doing it on the floorboard, doing it on the engine, and I'll probably end up coating most of the surfaces with the dark steel pigments. And then if you watch, they have dash cams or helmet cams when they show the inside while they're driving, and it's got a lot of you know, because the dirt goes up from underneath into the here, and this is all dirty and everything. So we're going to have some fun weathering it, and we'll try to continue on with that later today. I'm just trying to pick out all the little details with the brush, get all that painted, and then we start weathering and adding more pigments. But I did manage to paint the flames on the monster truck. Now this is my version of flames. I didn't want to do the traditional hot rod flames, and you've seen pictures of that. I just kind of wanted to make my own. I thought it looked pretty slick, you know. And of course we'll get the Devilette decal on there on both sides. I may do one on the hood or do one on the back. I haven't really decided what I want to do, but I wanted to get the flames done. Basically 3 coats of pink. One was a dark pink, And then we took Vallejo paint, did a couple shades of that, and then mixed it with a little bit of white just to lighten it up just a tad. And there's actually 3 different shades of paint. And I don't know if you see I like to do a little feathering. If you ever see me do camouflage, I like kind of a faded in look. And I did that on the flames. I wanted it to be bright, but I want you to get up on it. Once you get up on it, you will see the different colors, how it fades in. But anyway, that's kind of one of those, you got to be in person to see it unless the camera don't pick it up. But anyway, that is where I am on the monster truck. So that's what I've got going on today. We are doing some bodywork painting on the Devilette monster truck, and Voyager is getting its lights. So that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.